Hi guys, back again, Football Heaven 24/7. I'm your host Jamie. Um, just basically, I've already done my weekend preview if you want to check it out of the football for the weekend just gone. But I did two predictions for the Sunday games. One was between Brentford and Spurs, which I got right. I did that game to finish 2-2, which it did. I got the Chelsea Liverpool game completely wrong though on Sunday. I said 3-2 Liverpool, it ended 1-1. So yeah, and Chelsea had a goal disallowed for offside. So yeah, both games were pretty good to be fair. Anyway, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my predictions for Premier League and Championship games this week to come. Starting with tonight's game, Monday night game against it's Manchester United in their first game of the season against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now Wolves have been tipped by some of the bookies to go down this season. Manchester United have been tipped to sort of finish in the top four again. I think it'll be a tight game. Well, I don't think it'll be tight actually. I think Manchester United will run away with it. I think they'll win quite comfortably, and I'm going to go for 3-1 to Manchester United in that game. And then we're going to jump straight to the start of the weekend. This weekend to come's fixtures. My lads, Forest are up against Sheffield United. Now they're playing on a Friday night, not because they're on Sky Sports, but because there's something going on at the cricket ground, which is literally right round the corner from the football ground on the Saturday. So Forest wouldn't be able to do it at the same time as the cricket stuff that was going on because there'd be too much traffic and too much of a crowd. So yeah, they're playing Sheffield United at home on Friday night. They are massive rivals. They played each other in the playoffs. They actually beat Sheffield United in the playoffs to get to the final to get into the Premier League a year or so ago. So Sheffield United be looking for some revenge, but I think Forest, I'm not just saying it because I'm a Forest fan, but I think just in general, I think Forest will have too much for them. I'm actually going to go in this game for Forest to win 3-1. So that's my prediction for that one. Not all my predictions are going to be 3-1, don't worry. I'm going to jump into Saturday's game. So on Saturday, there's no lunchtime kickoff this Saturday coming up, but Fulham and Brentford are playing in an all-London derby. They're quite fierce rivals, Fulham and Brentford, to be fair. Almost as fierce as Fulham and Chelsea, but yeah, Fulham have had not a bad start to the season. It's not been too bad. They won 1-0 away at Everton, so not too bad for them. Brentford, as I just said, got a 2-2 draw on Sunday at home to Spurs. But I think in this game it's going to be a tight game to call. But I think this could be another 2-2 draw. I'm going to go with that. Go for a 2-2 draw there. Then we've got Liverpool up against Bournemouth on Saturday. Liverpool last season smashed Bournemouth 9-0, and it was the last game of Scott Parker's reign before Gary O'Neill took over at Bournemouth. Yeah, they absolutely smashed them 9-0. I can't see another 9-0 this season round, but I am going to go for Liverpool to have a convincing victory, and I'm going to go for Liverpool to win this game 4-0. Then there's Manchester City against Newcastle, which is an evening kick-off at 8 o'clock. And I'm going to go for Manchester City to get a little bit of a surprise in this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. That's my prediction there. Tottenham against Manchester United. 5:30 kickoff on Saturday. Going to go in this one for 2-1 to Manchester United. And then finally on Saturday, Wolves against Brighton. I'm going to say Brighton to win 2-0. So that's my prediction for that. And then the Championship games that are going to be played on Saturday. It's Blackburn against Hull. I'm going to go for Blackburn to win 2-0 against Hull. Bristol City against Birmingham. I'm going to go for Birmingham to win that one 2-1. Leicester against Cardiff City. I'm going to say 3-1 to Leicester. Middlesbrough against Huddersfield Town. I'm going to go for Middlesbrough to get back on track, and I'm going to say a 2-0 win for Middlesbrough. Plymouth against Southampton. Battle of two South Coast teams. I'm going to go for Southampton to win this one, and I'm going to go 3-2. And then QPR against Ipswich. I'm at that game on Saturday. I'm going to go for Ipswich to win 2-1. 2-0 I'm going to go actually. 2-0 Ipswich. Sheffield Wednesday against Preston. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday to win that game. I'm going to go Sheffield Wednesday to win 2-0. And then the next one after that, we've got Stoke against Watford. I'm going to say Stoke to win that one. I'm going to say 2-1. And then Sunderland against Rotherham. I think Sunderland will win that one convincingly. I'm going to go 3-0 Sunderland. And then Swansea against Coventry finally on Saturday. I'm going to say Swansea to win. Actually, that's going to be a tough one to predict. Actually, I think because Coventry are doing really well at the moment, I'm going to go for Coventry to win that one 3-1. So that's my predictions for all the Championship games. Going to jump on to Sunday. There's 2 Premier League games and there's 1 Championship game on Sunday this weekend. Villa up against Everton at the 2 o'clock kickoff. I'm going to go for Villa to win this one convincingly. I'm going to go 3-0. West Ham against Chelsea. West Ham just signed James Ward-Prowse today for 30 million. And they've brought in Edison Alvarez. So it'll be interesting to see if those two play and how well they play together. Chelsea got a good draw against Liverpool. I think it's going to be a very tough game to predict, this one. I think I'm going to go, though, for just in favour of Chelsea. I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea in this game. 2-1 there. And then Norwich are playing Millwall in the Championship. Norwich have had not a bad start, but they drew 1-2-1 against Hull and drew 4-4 in an epic game at the weekend against Southampton, away at Southampton. I fancy Norwich just to have a bit too much for Millwall, but I think Millwall will score a goal in the game. I'm going to go 3-1 to Norwich in that one. And then on Monday night, you've got Crystal Palace against Arsenal. Crystal Palace got a 1-0 win against Sheffield United in their first game of the season, away at Sheffield United, but I think Arsenal have too much for them. Arsenal just narrowly got past my lads the other day, but to be honest, they dominated most of the game up until the last 20 minutes when Forest brought on some new players and almost gave them a shock and almost got a draw in the game. So I think it'll be quite a comfortable one for Arsenal. I'm going to go in this one. I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. So that's all my predictions for the week ahead, Premier League and Championship. There is playing this week. There is like some midweek games in League 1 and League 2, but I'm not going to cover them anymore. I don't think it's too much to cover it all. But yeah, as I say, James Ward-Prowse signed for West Ham for 30-odd million today. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. Thank you to everybody that likes and subscribes. Have a great day, whoever you support, and all the best. Bye for now.